So, Kenny, not spoke to you for a while.
No, I've been hiding away. So I've had a few problems, I suppose.
Wow.
Well, you know, the sort of line of the line of work I'm in, the life I live. Some people find it a bit distasteful.
What? The police?
Oh well, not just the police. You know, the victims' families, things like that. Other people around, they have a little problem with what I do, but. You know, you've got to go with your path in life, haven't you? You're all given a path to follow.
Yeah.
Some of us, it might be the path in a ginnel, like through a park at night, and you might be grabbing people and dragging them into the bushes. That's your path. Some other people, their path's starting at the other end and coming in and getting grabbed. That's, you know, that's the way God's made us. That's what He's put us on earth for, to be grabbed in ginnels and things like this. You know, some people don't see the bigger picture. I think they've only got small TVs. That's the problem. You know, with all this HD, you go in some people's houses, they've got still them big, you know, got big screen, but they've got a big wide thing like, you know, there's all that crap in the back that does nothing. You know, 25 years of TVs like that thick. And it does nothing because they've got them that thick now, so all that, they must have been smuggling and stuff. Smuggling Chinese people into the country in the back of TVs. You know, and that's their path in life. I've not got anything against it, it's just an observation. I mean, you know, I'll show you now, you know, a bit grotesque, I know it's like lunchtime and that. That's the fruits of my late, well, not fruit exactly, but I don't really, you know, I don't really dabble with the vegan kind of set or fruit or any kind of...
That's blood?
Well, it's not tomato sauce, is it? Well, you know, it was funny actually, because I was watching a documentary. It was about, you know, an old hero of mine, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
And I was reading, like, when he started in his career of taking people's lives and taking them home and eating them, what he used to do up in his home in Nebraska or somewhere, he used to go out and, like, hang around the local roads, because they lived in, like, a little forest community, and he used to get roadkill and take it home to his dad's garage and dissect it and, like, look at the body parts and have a little nibble.
What, when he was a kid?
Yeah, like, you know, bats and squirrels, and I don't know how you hit a bat in a car, but that's what he used to do. Maybe he put, like, you know, bat bait on the road. And, you know, bat baits, like, they don't even let you put it on tins in America because they're like, I don't know, they just won't allow it. So, I mean, you know, you know, you might have noticed something a bit different about me. Not just had my teeth done, have I? You know, I've been having to go into a little disguise mode, shall we say.
I was going to say you've changed your image a little bit from last time I saw you.
Well, you know, I've had it changed for me by the pressure of society, and Interpol, and a couple of others.
So.
But yeah, I mean, Jeffrey Dahmer used to go on with his roadkill, so I thought I'd give it a try. And, like, you know, I've been cutting and carving on. My arm's aching like a bastard, and not a very nice bastard either.
You've been what, so is it?
I've been cutting and carving all day. I mean, you go out and get roadkill, I didn't realise how quick off the mark you had to be. I had to get it out of sight, in the back of the van, and home before the ambulance turned up. So, you know, there's bits of windscreen to take out of them and everything. But, you know, this is all a new direction for me. It's a new country, a new direction. I mean, you know, I'm dressed like this because somebody told me, like, you know, they're onto you, they're coming looking for you, they're going to investigate you. I just thought he'd been watching too many X-Files. He's like, he's either X-Files or X-Factor. You know, both of them are off their heads, completely up their own arse, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he said, no, you better get in disguise. So the first thing I did, I went out and I bought, you know, who's going to come looking for a cannibal dressed as the king, you know? Elvis Presley, yeah, fine. He liked burgers, milkshakes, that kind of stuff. Bit of cocaine, a couple of call girls. And that was like a Tuesday afternoon for him. That was nice, you know. But he wasn't into cannibalism. You know, 50 million Elvis vegans can't be wrong. So I wore this and I thought, the only flaw in my plan is that I'd only blend in Vegas. So, you know, it's opened my eyes a little bit.
Well, so you moved to Las Vegas, are you, or what's your plan?
Well,
because you do stand out a little bit in that.
I was thinking about going to Vegas, but it's a bit of a gamble. Well, it's the ideal place to go, really, I suppose. But yeah, I had a few recipes that I wanted to try out. I was getting, you know, they have these fancy dress nights, they call it school disco.
Mm.
So I saw these young lasses trotting through town, you know, legs up to their ankles. Well, when I'd finished with them. And I just thought, you know what, I'd love to get a couple of them in a blender, get them ground down to base juice, bit of ice, bit of Tabasco, and I'd sell them as schoolgirl crushes, and I think it'd go down a treat. It'd be wonderful. And then, you know, I'm trying to branch out and be a bit more eclectic, a bit more classy, you know. I've got, you know, like you see a lot of the French chefs, and you know, they do stuff like potato, and they call it patata, and it's just a potato with butter on it and shit like that. All that disgusting food for all the carnivores out there eating the rotten garbage. But I thought what I could do is actually incorporate the names of stuff. Like, you know, normally I like fresh meat, but there's the odd time either the roadkill or we have to go and take them from the cemetery, you know, freshly, you know, within 24 hours. And it's easier to dig out as well, you know, the earth's not hard and there's not that many worms in place. So instead of, we get them and we boil them down, and we add a bit of stock from, you know, the schoolgirl crush leftovers, you know, the bit of the marrow grind and that. And we make a nice brown stock, and we call it grave, which is like gravy, but they're from the grave. So I think it's quite clever, you know. There's ideas coming from every angle.
Or something like that?
Sorry?
Have you got a website for this, or is
I've got a website, but they keep shutting it down. You know, it's eatyourneighbour.com was one of them. So they rang me back and said, excuse me, we've noticed you've got a site called eatyourneighbour.com. And I went, aye. And he says, do you not mean meet your neighbour? I went, no, eat your... I said, well, you meet them, then you eat them, fair enough. So they're like, oh, well, this guy's obviously having a joke. He says, do you mean eat like as in, you know, oral sex? Is it a porn site? I went, no. So immediately they weren't interested. They're like, you know, there's only money in porn, so...
So there's no money in cannibalism then?
Well, I don't know. I'm actually, you know, I'm pondering the idea of cannibal porn. You know, it's...
How would that work?
I don't know, it's a growth industry. Or it will be when I've started on it. Cannibal porn, I think you basically eat them out, eat them inside out, you know.
Well, so start...
Well, you start, you know, you get the lady all lubricated and gently warmed up, and, you know, I won't go into too much graphic detail. Not about the sex part anyway, no chance. And you go down and you kiss the labia majora. They're like the big pink flowers, you know, like the desert orchids in your face. Not the racehorse, because that'd just be wrong. But, and, you know, as she's all getting all, you know, orgasmic and losing the will to talk sense, you just keep eating, and instead of nibbling, you suddenly take a little bite. By this time, obviously, you know, you've got a bottle up to her nose, which is full of the stuff that makes her forget what the crap's going on. And you've got a little bit of pepper and stuff down below, and you have a chomp, and then before you know it, you're there, you're in the uterus, the bowels, and then before you know it, you're halfway up a spinal cord. And it's the future.